Ms. Boone, this graduation rate is probably the highlight. It certainly is. I'm thrilled. Everybody needs to be thrilled. I will tell you that I voted no for the reasons that, I've explained before. I do think that we're falling very short. And just the numbers are there. There is no numbers don't lie. I mean, they're right there. And we have taken very serious hits. It's just, it'll show tonight at the presentation. So anyway, I know that a lot of people are working hard, but I do have some very serious concerns, and I will lay a couple of them out. One, I think from HR is extremely concerning to me, our hiring process, our attractiveness, and our culture. The second thing is...
Ms. King,
I'm sorry, I still have the floor.
I understand. I'm also the chairperson.
No.
If that's a personnel matter, we need to deal with that.
It's not a personnel matter, it's an evaluation. It's out there, and I voted no, and everybody knows that I voted no. Please, I mean, let's not stop. Let's not cut off the free speech. Come on.
It's not about free speech.
This is what we teach. Anyway, so
with the rest
I do have a lot of concerns. I do think that the morale is low. I think that we're asking and we're charging our teachers with so many things that do not focus on actually them teaching. It's extremely concerning, and our attractiveness is taking a hit. So the other thing I want to refute is we don't meet quarterly with Dr. Witherspoon. That's just not true.
That is true, Ms. King. You may not have been in those meetings because you missed several meetings this past year, but we have met with Dr. Witherspoon several times this year.
Well, then you need to show it on the agenda. And
it was shown on the agenda.
So I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much. And let me push back on something else you said too. We do not have flawed committees. What we have is a committee process that we've had. Now, if you want to look at it and change the policy, then we can do that. But words matter when you say these negative things about this district. And we have to be careful as board members what we say.
No, we don't. We're elected official, and our opinion is my opinion is mine.
It is not
yours is yours.
It is not a flawed committee process.
Flawed. Absolutely,
no, it's not.
It is flawed.
So if you would like for the board to discuss it, then we can discuss it.
Who has
but it is not a flawed committee process. No,
it's not saying a negative thing about the district. It's all about improving the process.
That is correct.
And a quorum of 2, nobody has quorums of 2. Okay, so it is flawed, and we just need to improve it.
It's not flawed. You probably don't understand the original intent of the committee.
Please explain to me. I do need to have an explanation. That's true.
You gonna let me talk?
Lay it at my feet.
You gonna let me talk? We do have young people in the audience as well as this is being recorded.
And they're learning the democratic process. They are.
But this is not the proper way to teach them. Well, so as I was saying, we have a committee process to where it is reviewed by at least 2 board members. And then from there, it goes back to staff, and staff will continue to present it. At any time an item comes up, a board member can pull it, or a board member can ask that it not be voted on or tabled. So that process has never changed. So we got to, again, be careful in saying it was a flawed process.
I am not careful. It is flawed.
We will take
in my last committee meeting, we couldn't start the meeting because one of us wasn't there. And
how many times have you missed a meeting?
It happens.
Okay, how many times have you missed a meeting?
Several times.
How many times have you missed a meeting?
Point of order.
Since you want to call somebody out.
Okay, point of order.
You need to govern yourself accordingly.
I'm not calling anybody out.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Mr. Chair.
Hold up.
Mr. Chair.
Let's
I call for a point of order.
All right. Point of order. So let's get back to the board report. As I was saying, again, we'll take a look at the committees and how they're set up in a subsequent future meeting. So please have your calendars ready. Ms. Wilson will send some dates for us to get together as a board, and we can discuss those items at that time.